Dear students, so in the last class we have seen that the definition of quadratic field. That is, a quadratic field is nothing but a number field of degree 2 over Q. Also, we have seen that in a quadratic field, the quadratic field can be written in the form Q of root D, where D is a square-free rational number, rational integer. Okay. So here next we consider theorem 3.2. Here D is a square-free rational integer. Then the integers of Q of root D are Z of root D if D not congruent to 1 mod 4 and Z of half plus half root D if D congruent to 1 mod 4. So we already have that the number field is the quadratic field, D is the since it is a quadratic field, every quadratic field can be written in the form Q of root D, where D is square free. So square free means it is not divisible by square of a prime number. Now the theorem says about the integers of Q of root D. Integers means they are algebraic integers. So here integers means algebraic integers. Now the theorem says that the algebraic integers of Q of root D are of two forms. It can be either Z of root D or Z of half plus half root D. So if this D, here D is a square free rational integer. Okay, so if D is if D minus 1 is a multiple of 4, the integers of Q of root D are of the form Z of half plus half root D. If D minus 1 is not a multiple of 4, then the algebraic integers of Q of root D are of the form Z of root D. So this result is very important, and you have to remember the statement of the theorem exactly like this. Okay. So now we will prove this. So it is given that Q of root D is a quadratic field. So degree of Q of root D over Q is 2. The elements of Q of root D are of the form alpha plus R S root D. Okay, where R and S are element of Q and D is a square free number. So any element of Q of root D can be written in the form R plus S root D, where R and S are element of Q and D is square free. Now since R and S are element of Q, we can write the element alpha S A by C plus B by C root D form, where also we have D is square free, so we can do like this, where A, B, C are element of Z and C is greater than 0, and further we can assume that no prime divides ABC, that is all of ABC. No prime P divides all of ABC. So it means that the element alpha can be written in this form, that is alpha equal to A plus B root D by C, where A, B, C are element of Z, C is positive and no prime divides all of A, B and C. Now we will write the minimal polynomial of alpha over Q. So the minimal polynomial of alpha over Q is, so alpha is A plus B root D by C, so it is T minus A plus B root D by C into T minus A minus B root D by C, because the other root will be of this form, because the degree is 2. Okay. So if you expand this, so this is of the form x minus A into x minus B, so x square minus of A plus B into x plus AB. So if you do the expansion, simplification, you will get T square minus 2A T by C plus A square minus B square D by C square. Now this is the minimal polynomial of alpha over Q. We know that alpha will be an algebraic integer if and only if the coefficients of the minimal polynomial are element of Z. They are rational integers. Okay, so that is the definition of algebraic integer. That is, the minimal polynomial should have coefficients in Z. So it means that this alpha will be a algebraic integer if and only if the coefficients 2a by c is an element of Z and a square minus b square d by c square is an element of Z. We mark it as equation 1 and 2. Now, suppose that there is a prime P which divides both A and C. We have already assumed that no prime P divides all of A, B and C. Now suppose that there is a prime P which divides A and C. So P divides A implies that P square divides A square. P divides C implies that P square divides C square. Now from equation 1, we will get that we have P square divides A square and P square divides C square. Okay, and this is an element of Z, so it is an integer. So this quotient, this quantity should be an integer. So the only possibility is that P square should also divide B square D. Okay, otherwise it will not be an integer. So P square should divide B square D. But we know that D is square free. Square free means it is not divisible by square of a prime. So here P is a prime number. So P square cannot be divisible by D. So the only possibility is P square cannot divide D. Okay, so the only possibility is P square must divide B square, which implies that P divides B. Now we have assumed that if P divides both A and C, then P divides B, which means that P divides A, B and C, which is not possible because in the beginning itself we have taken that no prime P divides all of A, B and C. Hence, we got that there is no prime P which divide both A and C. Similarly, we can say that there is no prime P which divide both B and C. So from these two, we conclude that GCD of A and C must be 1. Similarly, GCD of B and C must be 1. Because no prime divides both A and C. Okay. So this is very simple. Now, since GCD of A and C is 1, and now we'll see what is equation 2 says. So equation 2 says that 2a by c is an integer, is a rational integer. So 2a by c should be a rational integer and GCD of A and C is 1. So this will be possible. This should be an element of Z. This should be an element of Z and GCD of A and C is 1. Okay. So the only possibility is C can take only two values and they are 1 and 2. Okay, if C equal to 1, we will get 2A element of Z. If C equal to 2, we will get A element of Z. Already we have assumed A, B, C are element of Z. So the only possibility is C equal to 1 or C equal to 2. Now first, if C equal to 1, so first consider the case C equal to 1. So from equation 1 and 2 we get A square minus B square D. So C is 1, so A square minus B square D is an element of Z. And from equation 2 we have 2A is an element of Z. So this means that our alpha becomes C is 1, so alpha becomes A plus B root D. So the coefficients are in Z. So it means that alpha is an algebraic integer. Alpha is an algebraic integer. So alpha, now since C equal to 1, alpha becomes A plus B root D. So this is the form of alpha we got. If C is 1, alpha is of the form A plus B root D. Now we will see what happens if C equal to 2. Now if C equal to 2, we conclude that both A and B must be odd numbers because GCD of A and C is 1 and GCD of B and C is 1. So if C equal to 2, GCD of A2 is 1. So then A must be an odd number because if A is even, then the GCD will not be 1. It will be greater than 1. Okay. So if C equal to 2, we conclude that both A and B must be odd numbers. Now we have that a square minus b square d. From equation 1 we have, when we put c equal to 2, a square minus b square d by 4 is an element of z, should be an element of z. This implies that a square minus b square d should be a multiple of 4. That is, it is congruent to 0 mod 4. Okay. Now, if a is an odd number, we have a will be of the form sum 2k plus 1. Okay. Now, what will be a square? A square will be, it is 4k square plus 1 plus 4k. Now, we can see that this is the multiple of 4, this is the multiple of 4. So, it means that a square is congruent to 1 mod 4. Okay, so if a is an odd number, we already got that a and b must be odd numbers. So then we will get a square must be congruent to 1 mod 4, and similarly b square should be congruent to 1 mod 4. Okay. But we have, from here we have a square minus b square d is congruent to 0 mod 4. Now you see here a square is congruent to 1 mod 4 and b square is congruent to 1 mod 4, and a square minus b square d should be congruent to 0 mod 4. That is, this should be a multiple of 4. Now this will be possible only if d is congruent to 1 mod 4. Okay, I think this is clear from here. From this equation, we have a square congruent to 1 mod 4, b square congruent to 1 mod 4. So a square minus b square d, you see, it will be a multiple of 4 only if d is also congruent to 1 mod 4. So if c equal to 2, we are getting that d must be congruent to 1 mod 4. Conversely, if d is congruent to 1 mod 4 and c equal to 2, then we see that for all rational integers a and b, we get that 2a by c is an element of z. And a square minus b square d by c square is also an element of z. Because c equal to 2, then we have a element of z. C equal to 2, this is 4. Okay, c square will become 4. And we have a square congruent to 1 mod 4, b square congruent to 1 mod 4, and d congruent to 1 mod 4. So this divided by 4, it is an integer. Okay, because all these are multiple of 4 divided by 4. So it is an integer. So the coefficients are element of z. It means that alpha is an algebraic integer. So alpha equal to a plus b root d by 2. C is 2. Okay. So alpha equal to a plus b root d by 2 is an algebraic integer. So we will get that q of root d. In this case, how we are getting, so it means that if d is not, if d is congruent to 1 mod 4, we see that c must be 2. If c is equal to 2, we got that d congruent to 1 mod 4. So it means that for the other case, when c equal to 1, we must have d not congruent to 1 mod 4. So we see that if d is not congruent to 1 mod 4, then c equal to 1 and the integers of q of root d. Okay. Also we see that the integers of q of root d are of the form z of root d. Okay, because we got the general element is of the form, we got if c equal to 1, we got alpha equal to a plus b root d. Okay, so it means that where a b element of z. So it means that the ring of the integers, algebraic integer, is of this form. So it means that all set of all algebraic integers is z of root d, because any element of z of root d is written in the form a plus b root d, where a, b are element of z. Okay. Now in the same way, if d is congruent to 1 mod 4 and c equal to 2, we have, and a and b are odd numbers, then we have the ring of the integers of q of root d. The integers of q of root d are of the form z of half plus half root d. Okay, because we got that the alpha is an algebraic integer, then alpha is of the form a plus b root d by 2. So we can take this as z of half. So set of all integers of q of root d in this case will be of the form z of half plus half root d. Okay. So I think this is clear because the general element of this can be written in this form where a and b are element of z. So we have to remember the two condition clearly, that is if q of root d is a quadratic field and if d is not congruent to 1 mod 4, then c equal to 1 and the integers of q of root d are of the form z of root d. If c equal to 2, d is congruent to 1 mod 4, then, and where a and b are odd numbers, then the integers of q of root d are of the form z of half plus half root d. Okay, thank you.